Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have perfect camping in the rain conditions. It's going to be a nice cold winter's evening with no wind and big raindrops, which is actually exactly what I want for a change. No storminess, I hope. But I got a pretty short walk into camp, which suits me because my pack is extremely heavy. And you know, I like these style of camps where I can just take heaps of gear and still get that wild camp feel. But I'm up here in the beautiful countryside. They film Lord of the Rings up here. I'll talk about that a bit more later, I think. But I'm gonna push on, hopefully get it set up before the deluge commences, and we'll catch back up at the campsite. Made it into camp, it's perfect conditions. We've just got nice raindrops falling, beautiful views out behind me to the rolling hills. And we've got like 2 or 3 hours before it's dark, so we can just get the tent and tarp positioned perfectly. I'll get onto that now, get the whole base set up, and it's probably time to get a cup of tea on because it's quite cold. It's only 4 degrees Celsius, believe it or not. So we'll do that and we'll see how we get on. Got the Mont supercell again. Really looking forward to testing this tent out in some nice rain. This thing's cool because you can pitch it fly first without the inner getting wet. So I don't have to do tarp first and we can get this orientated perfectly. Might have to sleep with my head this way. Yeah. That's not a worry though. I love tunnel tents, they're so easy to set up. There's tensioners as well on all the corners so you can get this all nice and taut. So I'll go around and I'll do that now. And I don't think I'll need the guy lines, but we'll see how I get on. Carbon fibre poles and my Alton 3x3 tarp. I get a lot of questions about this. I'll have a link in the description so you can get one for yourself if you want. But we'll get this up now. Starting to get pretty cold. When I've camped here in the past, it's just been too windy to set the tarp up like this. But hopefully I can have a nice big open outlook and still be protected from the rain and not get completely blasted by the wind. This gives good shelter. I think I need to muck around with it a little bit though, to get the water running off it properly. This is a great setup. Full vistas and complete protection. I think the wind's kind of coming from this direction. So if any does pick up, hopefully none of that water can blow into me. But I got a whole lot of stuff to unpack now. I get my chair, table out, gas cooker, everything. And the rain's just coming in nice, so we'll get on with that. We'll probably have to get the down jacket on because it's getting pretty cold. What a great feature. Look at all this room now. We'll start with the camp chair. Looks like the weather's picking up a bit too. Yeah, there's definitely more rain coming in. Oh yes. This is perfect. You gotta see this view, man. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than that. This tent makes it so good to have all this covered room. A lot of people will ask me in the comments, they'll be like, why doesn't the tarp cover the whole tent? Well, the tent's fully waterproof, so it doesn't matter. And also my tarp's only 3 by 3 meters. I'd need like a 6 meter tarp to cover the whole thing. But this is just perfect. It's unreal. I've got this new top, which I want to test out and see how warm it is. It's pretty interesting. It's got Alpha Direct fabric lining it, and then a really fine windbreak material on the outside. But it's nice because it's got perfectly aligned pockets and the fabric comes right up around the neck, so it's super cozy. It's a brand called Ace Pack, and you can get it from the gear shop. It's a new brand that they're stocking. So I want to test it out under the rain jacket and see if it's warm enough. It's not waterproof, but it does have DWR on it. I just wonder if it's considerably warmer than just Alpha by itself. We shall see. I'm one of those weirdos who wears outdoor gear out in public. Oh, look at that. I'll chuck the rain jacket back on and we'll see if this can keep me insulated enough without down. I'll tell you what, that feels pretty good. We're back in Weka territory. This is New Zealand's #1 predator. Camper's nightmare. He knows they have good food. That's rapid boil technology. English breakfast. Yummy. Good old cup of tea. It's a bit late in the day for coffee. And so I'm told, by the good old English, you gotta let it brew for like 5 minutes, maybe more. 10 minutes if you're a builder. And then only a smidgen of milk. A good brew. A very good brew. We've got some pooling going on here. This rain's fully set in now. It's not super heavy, but it's pretty thick and consistent. He's on patrol. Prop that side of the tarp up, give me a bit more room and keep it more taut. I'm going to light the whole place up now, and I'll probably chuck my down jacket on because it is getting pretty cold. But this is just perfect conditions. I've missed camping in nice rain like this. So nice. I'm totally dry. This rain jacket works so well. It's the Mont Pro Shell. It's pretty heavy duty, but I reckon it's worth the extra weight. The good thing about this jacket, it's really oversized, so the down can lock properly underneath it, which is pretty important. A lot of these new rain jackets are very tight fitting, and down just doesn't work that well when it's compressed. So having one like this, it's definitely worth it. I think it's beer o'clock. On the menu we have an Ubernaut Pink Grapefruit Hazy IPA. This should be full of flavour. Give it a whiff. Yeah, instant man, grapefruit, mango, citrusy. Blast off on a tropical wave of electric haze. This beer's sweet, tart and juicy daydream sipper with notes of fresh cut citrus, pine and lush squeeze of pink grapefruit. We'll give it a go, eh? Not bad. Pretty low bitterness, quite sweet, but still has a pretty good mouthfeel. It's not too light. I found these in the supermarket, and they're like the ultimate treat for beer, I reckon. As you guys know, I'm quite the fan of that wasabi flavour, but mixed with a peanut. Who would have thought? There's a lot of rain coming in. What a great combo. Hazy IPA, wasabi peanut. Look at these things. They're really nice. That's a giant pool of water. It just keeps sagging the nylon. This is like a full-blown deluge. I was expecting rain, but not this level. Whoa! I think that's better. That little deluge has passed. That was pretty intense. I just need to keep this center ridgeline bit nice and taut, and it should be okay. Camping in the snow is nice, but there's something about just being out in the rain
minimal wind, and just listening to that sound. They're both good in their own way. I do probably prefer snow, but it's not often that we just get nice falling flakes without full-on snowstorms. But it's good to mix it up. It's what keeps it interesting for me. Changes in the weather, changes in the setup and location. And the gear, obviously, I love gear. But I think I'll finish this beer off, chill for a bit, and we'll come back and do dinner.
It doesn't look very appealing, but trust me, it will be.
This is a Wagyu shank that's been slow cooked Asian style, so it's gingery, chili, sesame oil, and heaps of fat. I'm going to render it all down to get it nicely reduced. And I'm going to put this into a burger with Swiss cheese. This will take a bit of time to cook, just to break it all down and get all that fat completely rendered and reduce it a bit so it's not too sloppy in the burger. There's just no way that I can get this level of flavour from like cooking a meal up here. So these First Light Farms, that's the brand of this Wagyu shank. It's like the ultimate thing to get massive amount of like rich, deep, developed flavour while I'm out camping. This is thickening up nicely. It hasn't really taken too long to reduce down and cook up. The little stove's doing such a good job. There's quite a bit of a breeze coming through, but it doesn't really seem to affect it. It's got the little lip over the burner, and you can just get the perfect simmer going. It's the Soto Fusion Trek stove. Been using it quite a bit recently. It's becoming one of my favourites. I think that's about ready. Okay, how do I do this? Get the buns out. I think by this point I pretty much have a degree in burger engineering. But you know, there's always room to get a PhD, so that's why I'm trying new things. Just going to completely lather these brioche buns up with a thick and hefty serving of this Wagyu shank. And then we've got the good old Swiss cheese. It would be nice to melt this on, but I don't think it will need it. I'll still get that nutty texture from it and taste. And there we go. Simple as, but likely unmatched flavour. Look at these things. Taste test. That is very different, but very, very good. Anyway, I was watching some YouTube the other day, and I tuned into Paul Messner, as you do. And I noticed he made another video talking about YouTube and all that crap that he always goes on about. I don't really know. And he mentioned me and Victoria's channel, and it got me thinking. It's like, the premise of his video was like, why do some channels do good and some don't? I think he pretty much only had positive things to say about my channel. But he was going along the lines of, it's always the same thing. Different tent, different storm, different wind, snow, rain, burgers, hot dogs, meatballs, and how it's just the same stuff on repeat. And I know it is. And a lot of you in the comments, well, not a lot, but I do get comments where people are like, rinse and repeat, blah, 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 boring. But honestly, for me, and you gotta remember that I'm the person actually doing it, it is not boring for me. Like, being out here is the highlight of my week in a lot of ways. And it's not really rinse and repeat because it's a different tent, it's a different burger, and a different spot. These are all things that actually are highly stimulating to my mind. And I think a lot of you like it too, because you watch the videos obviously. And I think with YouTube, like if you do want to watch a different type of video, say like people ask me to go fishing, or why don't you build a shelter, or that kind of stuff. There's a lot of people that do that, and they specialize in that kind of thing. I specialize in camping in storms, chasing storms, and using tents. I don't really specialize in fishing. Maybe one day I'll want to do fishing. But for now, I just want to keep doing what I like doing, and you guys enjoy it, so it's all good. I'm not really sure if anything I said makes sense, because I'm just out here in the rain eating burgers, enjoying myself, not really thinking about it. But yeah, I think with YouTube, if you like the content creator and you like the videos, watch them. If you don't like them, you don't like that person, there's plenty more content out there that you can enjoy. So I think at the end of the day, you just got to remember, there's actually a real human being making videos for you guys, and you should be nice. And also, on the creator side of it, you just got to do what you enjoy. And I think if you do that, then it will come naturally. I think it's a hot chocolate kind of evening. Good old jar of dark. Been drinking these for years camping. Always satisfying. Man, that's deep, rich and creamy. Just out of the packet. The tent behind me is starting to look real inviting. It's been a lively evening, but getting in there is always so good after sitting out in the wet and the cold. I can't really feel any cold, by the way. Layered up in these jackets and stuff. Just warm. It's rather nice. Having all the good gear definitely makes the experience like 10 times better. I can hear frogs croaking down in the ponds and streams. There's wekas calling, and there's kia around here too. There's a chance that you could hear a kiwi, which is like a rare native bird. They probably do live around this area, but I don't think I've heard one in this spot yet. A lot of people ask what predators we have in New Zealand, and literally there's nothing. There's the weka birds. There are like rats and stoats, introduced species, pigs, deer, goats. But there's no bears, there's no snakes. There are a few spiders, but they're not really poisonous. This is pretty much the perfect camping environment. Nothing to worry about but the weather. It's actually pretty wet and gross out here. There's quite a bit of like fine misty rain coming through with a breeze. So I'm going to finish this off, pack down, I'll come back to you guys in the tent. Have the Zen Bivy ultralight bed. I love this thing. Haven't used it in a while, and I'm using the Zen Bivy ultralight mat, I think it's called as well, and their pillow. So it's the full-on comfort sleep system. Hey, it looks like there's some strange, something strange on my pad. Is that mold or something? I think that's mud from my last camp. That's weird. Smells alright. You guys probably can't see that on the camera, but there's like... Is it mold? I don't know what that is. That's not good. Anyway, we'll blow it up. That white stuff on the pad was weird. I gave the whole thing a wipe down. So hopefully it's clean now. I'll probably put it in the bath when I get home and soap it off. It should be alright for one night, hopefully. I'm not even sure what it was. It didn't really look like it was mold. I don't know. Strange. Oh, this is gonna be nice. This has a thick down topper on it. It's super comfortable and warm. That's honestly such a cool feature. The tent's all zipped up. We're now fully enclosed. Trying to film inside of a tent, it's pretty hard when it's misty and wet and humid. Make sure my venting is open. This isn't the biggest vent, but it's better than nothing. So we're now inside the tent and I'm very comfortable. Once again, I'm sleeping with my head at the foot end of this tent, but like last time, there's absolutely no issues with your head hitting the fabric or anything. And with all the pockets, it actually works out really well. I just love being in this tent. It's spacious. Definitely a two-person tent. And yeah, big roominess for one. I think the reason why the Zen bivvy system works so well is because where this hook attaches, it's not on the edge. Kind of like my Neve quilt. But this actually works better, I think, with the sheet and everything. It just like drapes over you. And when you're tossing and turning, it doesn't pull on your body at all. I'm a pretty restless sleeper, so it takes me like a few turns before I can get to sleep. So this quilt just works. It's probably not the most high spec and the warmest thing in the world. You can't really cinch it right up around your neck and stuff, but for most of the camping that I do, this is by far the most comfortable option, I think. This is so cozy. I've forgotten how good this system is. I'm gonna have a fantastic sleep tonight. There's just so much room inside this quilt. And the pressure relief on this dimpled finish on the pad and a slight stretch to the material, man, it just feels great. Got like a gentle rain coming down and a slight breeze, so hopefully there's no condensation. The tent's dry at the moment, and I do have my vents open and all the mesh exposed down there, so hopefully we're dry in the morning. But anyway, I'm going to go to sleep and I'll catch back up with you guys for coffee and breakfast. Until then, good night. The rain just got way heavier. Oh. Oh, it's pretty steamy in here. The tent seems to be dry though. It's still raining. Pretty much all night long there was a consistent drizzle and periods of like heavy downpours. I had a great sleep though, I only woke up twice, which is pretty unusual for me. But yeah, totally comfortable, totally warm in the Zen bivvy. I'm just going to enjoy this brew, wait for the sun to come up, and I think we'll head outside. The sun won't come up to about 7:30 AM. We're still winter here in New Zealand. We get pretty short days, late sunrise. You can just spend some more time in the tent. Look at all the room in here though. It's got a very big front door. And what I really like about it as a YouTuber is you can open the door from both sides and you can sleep in it from each end, which for me means it's versatile. Especially when you're pitching a tarp, there's always limited space where you can fit the tent where I'm camping. So that means I can have it either side and sleep either end, which is really cool. What a lovely morning. No wind, and we've still got rain coming down. I think I'll get another brew on. That screeching noise is the wecker. I'm surprised I haven't seen one come around camp yet. They'll probably be here soon. You'll see them behind the tent or something, trying to sneak up on me. Usually when I'm camping here and it's not all clagged in, you can see a massive vista of the far peaks over into the other mountains where I camp at, up into the area called the Cobb. But now I can only see like the close rolling hills. These are brioche croissant rolls with some apricot jam. Oh. Sweet, salty, buttery, delicious. Oh man. I was hoping this rain would stay away so I could get packed down in the dry. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though. No worries, I'll just chill. Sit back and enjoy it. Finish my morning off with a big cup of tea. English breakfast. That's my favourite at the moment. I was Earl Grey drinker for a while, but I've reverted to this. I think it's just a little bit more full-bodied and fulfilling than that fruity, kind of zesty Earl Grey taste. Last time I was camping here, I asked you guys if you liked the spot, and there was an overwhelming positive response. I like it here too. It has a good feel to it. If you guys are fans of Lord of the Rings, you would know that the Chetwood is just down there. That's where they filmed. I love Lord of the Rings, by the way. The movies are awesome, but the books, they just send me to another dimension. But yeah, when the hobbits are leaving Bree with Aragorn on the way to Weathertop, there's a few scenes where they're walking through a forest, and it's just down there. I've actually camped, I reckon, in the exact spot where they've filmed. But yeah, it's called the Chetwood. It doesn't really feature much in the movie, but it's a lovely chapter in the book where they're just travelling out of Bree to Weathertop in Rivendell. Lots of Lord of the Rings is filmed around here. There's Mount Owen, where I've camped as well. That's the Dimril Dale, where the Fellowship leaves Moria. Also, there's some scenes kind of in the hills over that way, where the Sam and Frodo are walking out of the Shire, and you can see the mountain range in the background. Also, that scene where the crows come in and they're hiding in the mountain, that's probably like 100 kilometers that way, up on a pretty remote spot. They would have had to helicopter into that one. I think there's also some scenes in The Hobbit, actually, when Bilbo's returning to the Shire, up in the limestone on the entrance road to this area. So it's pretty much just like a Lord of the Rings film location where I'm camping. It's awesome.
heavy rain came back. Alright, all packed up. That only took 30 minutes, I timed it. Everything's very, very wet. It's still raining. But I'm gonna get this pack on, head back down to the van, and that's the video, guys. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time, and hopefully we get some snow and I can be up in the mountains and have a fire and all that. But until then, have a great week, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.